Hello everybody, my name is James, also known as James Lucian on Instagram, and today I'm going to be talking about a question that drives me up the wall. Without a doubt, the question that I get asked the most on Instagram is, what camera do you have? I'm not sure if it's because it's a question that I get asked literally every single day, but it is a question that I've grown to despise and I hate whenever it is asked. I understand why people ask it. It is usually beginner photographers who may look at my photographs and be like, wow, that looks really nice. How did you do that? What camera do you have? But let me tell you that it is a bit of a subconscious insult whenever you ask that question. Let me explain. Whenever you ask this question, you are basically implying to the photographer that the photo is good because of the camera and not because of any skills that the photographer may possess. Every so often on a photo, somebody will be like, wow, this is a nice photo. What camera do you have? And to me, that means that they think that the photo was good because of the camera I was using. And I think it should go without saying that there is a lot more that goes into a photograph than simply what camera you have. I'm not saying that the camera isn't important. After all, professional photographers use really expensive equipment. However, the camera is simply a tool to achieve what the photographer wants. And typically, the really expensive, nice cameras are cameras that help the photographer achieve that goal quicker. When I started out in photography almost 10 years ago, I could not afford a DSLR, so I used my dad's film camera from the 1970s. I used that film camera for close to 2 years before I could upgrade to a Canon Rebel XSI. If you do not know what the Canon Rebel XSI is, it was the entry-level DSLR that came out in 2009 and it has long been defunct. It was by no means a professional camera. It wasn't the best, but I used that camera for close to 8 years before I upgraded to a Canon 5D Mark II in 2017. And a quick note, the Canon 5D Mark II came out in 2008, so when I got it, it was used, it was almost 9 years old, which is basically ancient in the world of photography. It wasn't until recently that I was able to purchase the Sony a7 III, which is a little bit better. Now yes, I will admit the Sony a7 III is a fantastic camera. I highly recommend it to anybody. It is very easy to use, and most importantly, it helps me to achieve what I want. When I went to go buy the Sony a7 III, I knew that it was a camera that would help me achieve the goals that I wanted with photography. I also need to say that I've spent a lot of time working on photography. I went to school to study the fine arts. I have dedicated a lot of my time to taking photos, to editing, to reading books, and just overall learning how to be a better photographer. So I think it is these things that have helped me be a better photographer, so much more than what equipment that I've been using. I'm not going to say that I'm the best photographer ever, but I do think that there is a noticeable improvement over the years, and that has so much more to do with my own dedication to trying to learn how to take better photographs than what I am using to take my photographs. If you are a beginner photographer and you're looking to buy a new camera, buy one within your price range. If you only have $300 to spend, then buy a $300 camera. If you have $100 to spend, then go on to Craigslist or eBay or somewhere. You can find a used camera for pretty cheap. Hell, I would even say that if you have $10,000 to spend, still buy an entry-level camera, because there is nothing that a Hasselblad or Leica or any high-end camera can do for you right now that an entry-level camera can do. After all, think about it this way. You would not give the keys to a Ferrari to a 15-year-old kid who just learned how to drive. The kid may appreciate that the car goes very fast, but they would not be able to utilize all of the functions, and it's the same thing that goes with a camera. So I apologize for the rant today, but I get asked this question so much, and every time I get asked it, I have a little internal fire that burns within inside me that, God, it just frustrates me so much. So if you watch this video and you still want to ask me what camera I have, then just go somewhere else. I don't care about you. That's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is James. You can find me on Instagram at James Lucian, and I will see you guys next week for another video. Goodbye.